my focus as a minister is to make sure that I can finish this term, and I'll be remembered as the guy that, thanks to President Mahama, fought his heart out with the support of the people of Ghana to turn our waters blue and our forests green, to turn this turbidity level that has gone through 12,000, which is supposed to be within 500, to bring it back so Ghanaians can stop drinking poison.
The Chinese government, as I got Nasi, I got have agreement. And the China for say almost I'm Ghana for fighting Galamsey. From Chinese for now, where my is somebody money, pan on Biso Moody Ghana and a China for Nintino. China for penny for say, hey, Mama Hamo. Why I will first ask Sonny almost to sell away or more about Ghana, I don't know. Or men merit say or move back Ghana, I buy a legitimate business. No, Sana yes, China bank, even making sure say you may implement rules and a laws are and making sure say and we are China, you know, free China, no about Ghana. Yenim say, Peon Krata 7 will come to 7 or travel history chest say you are not coming to do Galamsey. Minister of Environment, Natural Resources, Honorable Kofi Amabua say, baby, I do need the tin time. The Ghana phobia can be wate. Eti wafate telephone, wafre John Dramani Mahama, the president of the land. Say, Papa, you say state of emergency there. You declare bad day. There's one thing I bet my catcher Ghana for. And there's one thing I say, yeah. Edema Ghana for. Ni nane say you me declare state of emergency. At least about baby a water bodies near forest wa. Baby nsuo no wo. Baby nnua no ewo. Ehɔ na amanfo kɔ mani ade nsemba no. The entire Ghana, River Prat, River Nkobra, River Densu, River Tano, and whom can ya bounce aka nyina. Aseno ni na ba ko pe. Ni na Galamsey ya dawroma. It is a yet say state of emergency. Are too high? Say Ghana, because when ye pese ya. There's one thing I bet media ye. Edema Ghana. All the water bodies are Ghana and then ye wono. All the forest zones are ye wono. Eho obi anko ho. Obi ambien fru ho. Na obi aso ensan gura ho. Say timi secure your water bodies near forest zones are. Ya kan da kwano mu be for papa. Now owi na odi to say look, unless sebi o nyankopo ato nsa e dey afraid so omra. Enye sa de o ka kire Ghana food na say nipa obesi na nine apart from say on the position natural resources what no share what no. The environment minister at that time was Dr. Muntala Mohammed. Papa no the entire free mu nyangopo agene nkwa free ni nsem ni na Galamsey hunte koya. Na oda so ka asem na shinu ma na kuma ase de wonya hard bench no. Sagana be kaina ono Honorable Kofi Amabua. Sagana ebe kaina Ghana be kan say at the time I yen so here to say brown coffee I say tea I say million pampano ono ana be san so ni man ye blue ono man so ni be ye natural colorless water na ni enim no ono na sade ba back o say sa de no tin oda won da on feel fine adwini bom the thing say otimi dwena 24/7 odwe so ni interview say time na de boko de o say nye boko Ghana nso ne de say ono Honorable Kofi Amabua say otimi tin so no ansa na say 4 years is on drama ni ma time be so aso na onim say de opese o ye no do hear ba ko pe say President John Dramani Mahama the support be man na ampaniampo ni ngomo fa phone friend say hello Mr. President manisho adi huni o me pese Galamsey no say ana me fa so tu ano esi ano kwan kora na say ye me ba Kofi Amabua ana wo ha hu They won't pay about Ghana be an mepe. And it was more fire. And they are more fire. Under the president John Dramani Mahama, I catch the Environment and Natural Resources Minister say, Uncle, anyway, anything, any say, Biana or wa, or Kabama Ghana, Yensu, Adanya Free Tea Brown, Coffee color, ne a fresh Milo Pampa, Abe Yusua, water is colorless, I issue and with JSSNA, a whole SSNA Pradino, Abe Yumano, of Faso. And the Papa say, a free narrow crow, Oya Bama, Odia Bura, Ghana, your forest zone.
Your tenure, and perhaps by the end of this administration's this 4 years, what single measurable results should Ghanaians hold you personally accountable for?
My integrity and my commitment to this fight. I mean, think about this.
How do we measure it?
Yeah, I'm going to show it to you. I think that my focus as a minister is to make sure that I can finish this term, and I'll be remembered as the guy that, thanks to President Mahama, fought his heart out with the support of the people of Ghana to turn our waters blue and our forests green, to turn this turbidity level that has gone through 12,000, which is supposed to be within 500, to bring it back so Ghanaians can stop drinking poison. I want to be remembered that we fought so hard that the deformities and the health crisis as a result of Galamsey. But more than that, I also want to be remembered that we add value to the mineral resources of our country.
It is our permanent security zone now. John Dramani Mahama say, "Wama hokwain say, or return with their Galamsey side and the main areas are the military men. Ako making sure say omabo hon ban no. E bia ba akopɛ. Your forest zone and your water bodies. And also, Yimano Kofi Amabua, Minister for Environment and Natural Resources. After said John Dramani Mahama say, look, there is no way maybe penese China for ye say one of the major key factors are am I a Galamsey need to mean the Chinese investors. Mo ba be invest into gold in Galamsey. Say yes, stopping India and Chinese for no motor smuggling gold. The free Ghana New Year. The next one they say is stop China for no to go no free. The passport once and send me anything there. Oh yeah, China ni now about group visa muntimi boom. These are individuals. Omuye and the Chinese government as I got nasi. I go have your agreement. And the China for say omusuba afa ama Ghana for fighting Galamsey. From Chinese for now where be so money money pa no be so mudi Ghana and China for no. China for penny for say hey mama ha mo ho kwaya wo fa so asone o mo so say be o mo be ba Ghana hanum no o men merit say o mo ba Ghana abaye a legitimate business no sa na yeso China ben e be making sure say e be implement rules and laws are e be making sure say ene we China ni no free China no ba Ghana yenim say pe unkrata 7 we come to 7 o travel history chest say you are not coming to do Galamsey. Edina Chinese for na omoba Ghana no Ghana for the Emma omo visa dia ye no the same time na China as a country as a nation as we make sure say Ghana ngwa na oba nkwa dia ena na be dos wolf ansa na ye wie no so excavators every China e ba ene wan chiri mi ye aka our port na at the same time the Environment and Natural Resources Minister, Honorable Kofi Amabua said, plans, decision have been made. And then Uba be money we yensu say your forest area, your water area. Chama, what you concession na we akọ na kodu sika. Say land no ya dig am to am da je kokodu sika. O say John Dramani Mahama ba e be sin there 9 months ni not one single forest zone area and I say river body ana ya ton license baako e dey magana ni anase foreign ampu e did this time already stop o mo ya ton da no kra ampu no e say stop mu ina nan ana be wura ho the forest are medical reclaiming water bodies are reclaiming o reclaim ye dem mom dey be o mo the partner say o make sure say at the end of the day at the end of the year Ghana for where a river Ankobra river Pra river Densu o mo river Tano Omo say so yi ni major rivers ayo ni na omo say water is colorless. Sabrofo betima ka biu. Enye nde water is brown, water is chocomilu, water is a cowbell coffee. Sad water we die. Ene efanyemu. Enti honorable Kofi Amabua, why ready? Wa prepare. O say Galamsey be stop it. Awon ne na say. And John Dramani Mahama, the president of the land, Echan, or blessing us to come.
I've just directed the mining companies to make sure, for example, that we deepen local content and make sure Ghanaians are at the forefront of that mining industry. And it also means that I'm going to work with the mining industry. For example, have you heard mining hospital in Ghana? I want us to have a mining hospital in Ghana. I want us to make sure that every mining community has an airstrip where you can land. I want every mining company to have better roads. So we are working on a lot of fronts to basically transform mining, not only making sure we stop the degradation and the pollution of our water bodies, but that these final resources that will finish, we'll look back and say that this gold came to transform communities in Ghana. And it is because of the gold that we are seeing the asphalt and educated young people here. I just told a mining company, don't tell me that you employ drivers. I don't want to hear it. I want you to tell me that when you came to this community, you nurtured young people, and now all your engineers are all from the same mining communities. That's what I want to see.
The honorable Kofi Amabua, Ekano, among for beggars, now we know all of us had the year. We been a can ask all of us had it. And all of us had the and no if I about the same honorable Imano Kofi Amabua. All of us had the way so interested as so any Galamsey. And so any a friend say forest and then water bodies mining. Are they? And I'm saying, and we need the ecoso. Environmental Protection Agency EPA for anakoyo muhwemu mukoyo muhwemu no omono eyehwemu no no say Ghana they aka no bebi aduru no wo na ne bewu all of us go die yeni na yebewu na adenti yewu EPA for eyehwemu che say about 6 regions yenwie na yedi bi say tomatoes yi awurade nyankopon Metasi sana dine friends and mercury be wura mumu kama. And they say na waduane oji free agona side ho east region go for your side ho kofa central region be fa ashanti region be pemu masa udi poison. Ha ho relax na udi poison. Dia ka ni se obewu. Aduani na say na nya tomatoes no nko o. Now when you come say tomatoes, there will be a ton tomatoes. Say, hey, what is the aba? You say mon tomatoes ya butunton yi. You say ne say poto say they be ready intimacy baby Galamsey the event to say me say na me kura me fie baby yes me so. Who hear tomatoes go and change na say what say Galamsey said the tomatoes say what I got you know. You ignorance in there. If you man ye Nigeria no kwa you see high levels of mercury as beyond acceptable limits found in cassava banchen eti fufuo ye bedie ya se no ya poison no ni na so areas like Tiwa Eastern region eti awona ade aduane free banchen bode ni ever say banchen bayre potato wo dan kalimo ho ene ho tomatoes ne ennuaba ye tu free from e tu free asase na awura nyankopon enso na ye de water ho nyina enso na e fa nsu tene mu ni kodu ho nyina sanso no ai nyina ase kwata ejina wo be di fufuo so be da ji ana ne ekoso sana musimu nsuro bebi aduru ye bebewu afi na we say we nye politics asem now aside that you see the arsenic levels in Konongo Zongo soil then they say you heard how are you pollute Konongo Zongo the soil now you say are you over 40,000 higher than the safe limit then they say you pure earth and EPA purity for money and say, or make sure say, Natia, ye dream would be an ye dream a friend said Yamay. Or more has said Natino. A bass ye dream nearby. A bet may ye, dear, and fire the biamro. Yes, ye limits no, ye enter 500%, 100%, 20%, 30%. Ya trade 100, 200, 500, 1,000, 1,005, 2,000, 2,005, 3,000, 3,005 to 4,000. Ya kwa kusi 40,000% higher than the safe limit. Now say level ne say duru ye twam wi nyenne. Ye twam long time ago. Enti sa nnuana ye okono zongo side we di nnuane. Ema menu mienu ye wakoto bieji say ye wakoto akodi healthy food no boa. Healthy bia ni bia yare no wako yare.
Others, like Ya Ekuma, had heard of the findings, but dismissed them as impossible.
Oh, yate. Yate ni ntosi dia, oya na wo sa bia ya ho enye yi. Ntosi bia ye ntosi dia o too good wo ha, ntosi na enye yi.
Enye yi say.
Ebe wukura. Ebe kunua ni nyina. Enti bia ye dua ntosi dia, emme bia ye too good.
Enti me fifi.
Sokra. Ebe wuntem.
Aduane ya send poto. Enti say honorable Emmanuel Kofi Amabua eka say baby aduru no ese ye nsuo no dan na white ese ye nsuo no dan na blue ese galamsey na tuo twa papa na hu all the science ya ra kire no ya ma data science and data ono wa hu data ni be say sa o ye mistake galamsey ne ba ku na Ghana wa ni ufu bantu no go craft Burkina Faso Togo anase Nigeria mantu we dey obedi na yayi bayre na ye na obedi no enti mo am bedo di nsuo because metima to nsuo aba no ene bantu ni ase no bayre ni ase no nto so ni ase no we su de entan ne nyema ye koto na bonten say ye koto no outside country dan na ya na ye beto no enti we na baba na we so ye ntimi ma we ento aso ase ye ende galamsey anase ye ende illegal mining our forest zone bia ye dwadua ye nuaba bia ye mia efa so boy ho ban ma ye nya oxygen ehome at the same time yensu etene ko yemfuom ama yemfuom nya better water clean water e produce good food edema yetimi de no ene wo ya be ma bra soldier for na o ma station permanently no they will deal with you na everywhere na say still the national the new patriotic party NPP for not so can be say Ghana bre ya bre in terms of galamsey NDC for na diaba kasamframa kasadede kasebebrebe aso mo ba ya entokwa no ko na koye ena no Professor Michael Ayangba Deputy Chief Executive Officer Edema Environmental Protection Authority EPA ana say sa NPP ni na okasa bebrebe gbagba no na o say sa atam no student na so ono atam no professor into all culture data in feeling the part ye problem kese ye huni na how NPP before ever to misgovern Ghana in the last 8 years nanka Ghana no mubu Ghana ni ye ano ma anye party yesika ana amfa ye nsase ancheche ti se do mo cheche kalewele e de ma manfo wo street no so a enka ne Ghana no nka eni bebe yaduru ye ne ye ko cheki ye nsase a ye de nnuane enye ye ye ko cheki ye nso mu a ye hwe ni enye ye ye num bi enye ye ye dware mu enye ye ye ko sabi di kofie kura se di ko gu nnuane no so enye ye enti nnuane ye di ni na no ya poison ni na no mo na ye MPP for na ye enti ene ye wo na kuma mu sine rough se MPP ni sa betrana sa be blame say on administration about for 8 to 9 months no on take all the blames meanwhile onu a wadi 8 years no tofia kwa brofu nko na ka kire ne yeyi onu no nya no twe kai wase oye MPP ni na say wo asem kapa for this current administration especially eba ye galamsey nsemi ka wonetu shut up one shut up ono wa be shut up ma
you see, let me put things in perspective here. That the MPP and some of the discourses they are sharing. I think they perceive that Ghanaians are suffering from chronic amnesia. So they come in 8 months thinking that all the misgovernance and the raping of this country over 8 years, people have forgotten, and they can sit here and misrepresent even statistics. You said you were a best student in your school. Let me tell you, I was teaching statistics, I taught mathematics and econometrics in the university. So numbers is mattering. Yes, numbers is mattering. You were a student, I was a professor. And I'm going to tell you that if you look at these numbers, just look at the numbers. If you add just excellent and very good, President Mahama's government performance will be about 73%. Says his performance is either excellent or very good.
Now, Solomon Owusu, Movement for Change, Afra Frontal Party, Alan Cheremantin, Papano, Aya Frankani, or no the party, na the communication director is Solomon Owusu, Kai Omuni na MPP deportees. Omuna ya deportee mo for MPP. Omuna na mo MPP former party no. Omo kasa sincerity and bitterness. Ye kan bom ne ye dey one weapon. Ne dey ama MPP former ko. Na wey ana Solomon Owusu ka say. Ye say John Dramani Mahama ne popularity a chance ye kofo. Na kwa ye kofo no. The entire ye kofo no nema mienu na major factor. Operation Recover Old Ora. Ana Galamsey fight no ana Mahama ni say ana say ono ankasa no ohun dey ha John Dramani Mahama ni NDC fo o say the entire NDC fo mudi ko fo mi na Mahama ni honeymoon period the end now according to Musa Dankwa Global Analytical Friends Info as if from 73% approval rate na dey ma John Dramani Mahama and that be 67 just 6% as what among for GG as say o say ni na say MPP kro no omugbo ye omugbo kro nu wi ya na so John Dramani Mahama wey wani when you remove your eyes akope be bia kotena ana say da won sheda form na wama ora yi aye ne ho achichede ana achichede antio media botra sa na mawu wo se twa kayai Ghana for ye to aba because John Dramani Mahama ora no be na ya aduma ndie mewu we will see the results before we die. Enti MPP for nka wate che omo a enkomo no togbe dede a mu blame say NDC for na digalam say ba enkomo twaso ko Ghana every single sound person behind him say the Galam say problem e MPP but almost the ball kro no match say mu disease sika ni na all right so e slow dimenti omo enti omo ya say propaganda e tia NDC abagalam say we happy all because John Dramani Mahama ora rase oye too gentle. Osi omblemu obia oblemu Attorney General and Minister of Justice Dominic Akrutingi ayine Deputy Justice Simsai oblemu John Dramani Mahama the President oblemu Yoko Boss Raymond Acha oblemu Office of the Special Prosecutor Kisia Jaben oblemu NI before a friend say Richard Japa say mo na mo ye course no say mo for so ye ma ora Isha say ye aduma na nka MPP foi omo the prisons in sawam te sam once anani sade kaba no nka maka mo no atu o se ne kura de bebewe ni na ye agent before ye tete omo ye che omo ya government rating e be sa kosoro.
So let me begin by saying that I heard Zato say Imani gives out why the government is losing is what
popularity or
honeymoon. If there is any reason why this government is losing any popularity, then it's inability to arrest the corrupt, the thieves, the criminals who are parading, who some of whom I saw walking bravely to the police.
That's true.
This government, their nemesis is from corruption. Their inability to deal with the corrupt officials of the SWAL administration. That is their own problem. And this is why they don't need me. I, together with my leader, Mr. Alante, we are waiting patiently. They are lucky it's not Allah who is in power.
If it was President
Jesus Christ was about now every day, all of them are going to the independence, paying the money there. Openly. You will be paying the money like and from there you go to some. But for those stuff, for us. So that is the only reason why, if this government or this administration is losing its popularity.
So you are saying that it's the government's own doing, that it's not pursuing its oral.
Absolutely.
The MPP has morphed.
Go on the street. Go on the street. The concern of the ordinary Ghanaian is that why are you not prosecuting the thieves? Why are you not going after them? We have seen the National Service, the Scholarship Secretariat, the NPA, the National Cathedral. Even they got the nerve. Ken Ofurata is not even in this country. When was the last time they spoke about Ken Ofurata?
They got the nerve?
Nerve. And so why wouldn't they behave like this? You have given them the tools to be misbehaving. What has happened to Wuntumi? Walking about brazenly. He even wants to be your national chairman. What happened yesterday was nothing about organizing a group of people. They went and convinced the people that they were doing what we call in Tampe demonstration.
How did you come to this?
Do you know in Tampe? Read. They went to Circle, got the Trotro mates, and convinced them that we want.
The hawkers?
Yes, and most of them were the Trotro mates and the hawkers.
Oh, so low.
Now with the Trotro mates, they convinced them that they want to go and demonstrate that so that they will legalize weed and red. So they should join. That was the main reason why the boy joined. Didn't you hear the boy saying that we are tired, you are arresting us, you are every time we are smoking, you come and arrest us. Didn't you hear it? Now with the hawkers, they just told them that they were going to have a meeting to find a place for them to be living. So you heard a young lady say, oh, they just came to tell us, oh, we are only going to have a meeting. And we have been working since morning. That's what they did. And we saw people smoking openly. They were not ashamed of that. If I were the police administration, this morning I would be arresting the leadership of all those that organized the demonstration.
No, but we had key leaders of the MPP leading the demonstration.
No, who are the key? That's why they have to be arrested. So you organize people just for them to come and showcase how they can smoke. You remember the Joseph by-election? You remember an elderly woman, almost 80 years, came to tell us that when the MPP got to town, the only thing they brought them was weed. I thought that was for a Joseph alone. They have extended that business to Accra.
But what about the concerns they are raising?
What concerns?
The atmosphere is...
What concerns?
There's intimidation.
Which intimidation?
There's arrest of key members of the...
Does it not surprise you? Does it not surprise you? The demonstration they had. Look at the number of police. The very police that they claim were intimidating them were the ones providing security. More than 100 of them. And they were even misbehaving. The police that you claim were intimidating you were the ones providing security. And because they have packed money, they have money to be demonstrated to protect themselves. That is why they can spend. These demonstrations don't come cheap. You have to mobilize people. You have to buy weed. You have to buy red. You have to buy a petition. You have to give them money. That is what they did. Where did they get the money? Because their party itself has complained.
They have leaders of the party who led the demonstration.
But the party itself has come to complain to you that they don't have money. It's the reason why they are charging each aspirant 4.6 million. Is that not the case? So where did they get the money to organize this demonstration? Because they have got it where they are afraid. They want to put the fear of God into this administration and the police so that they do not go after them. That is why they did this demonstration. But I want to assure this government that if they do not remain focused and remind themselves constantly, daily, why the people of Ghana gave them that overwhelming endorsement, they will be fooling themselves. Oral was a key issue. You cannot allow people to be flaunting stolen wealth in our faces. Every day, when the ordinary Ghanaian suffers, the young ones that were part of the demonstration, they were complaining about unemployment. If you have stolen all the monies available, how would they get jobs? So in other words, they were rather demonstrating against the MPP government that has stolen their life. So why would you try such a demonstration? It was nothing to write home about. And they were so indisciplined. Disorganized. At a point, this one didn't know whether to go this direction or that direction.
No, they had a direction. That's how come they converged formally in front of...
At the police station, my men were there. Total confusion. You claim the demonstration was organized by the youth wing. How come the organizer was the one who was addressing? The youth wing, don't they have the youth leader? How come that Nabi was the one addressing...
He's a leader of the party.
Leader of who? You claim it was organized by the youth wing. This organization. Because they are not being truthful. Because they know that this government has been so lenient to them. Because they know the amount of money they have stolen that up to date. They are working freely. Another Easter is coming. They'll go and chill. The first Easter, I've told this government, if you allow them to spend 4 Easters out of this, they will finish the money. So there are some in their pocket. Go after it.
I asked you a question about the main reasons why they demonstrate. They claim the environment is stifled. There have been arrests of Abronye, etc.
Abronye.
Is there argument in that or not?
There is no argument. Let me tell you. Abronye and his matters are before the court. That is the case. He should go and prove his innocence. It's as simple as that. All of us go to police station. They are not above the laws of the land.
Say Obama Pokwase.
Say Obama who?
Say Obama Pokwase.
Fancy comedy. You together with young man growing up together with ladies were happy and were calling that the president should die. Your president. Where has politics got into? Where has our politics? You remember the Zoom meeting that they did? Threatening the president. Yes. When you do this, it's against the laws. You see, the laws of the land that's not.
Should have died.
You will not be arrested for insulting anybody.
How is that?
But you cannot threaten the life of a certain president. You cannot do that. And when that guy was released from cells, the former flag bearer of the MPP hugged him, embraced him, endorsing their cynical behavior. Is that the way a leader is supposed? Someone that wants to lead this country, you want to teach the people. Hey, then when you, in an unlikely event, you become the president, then you can't contain us all. Then you have to chain us into his home, because then you would have endorsed this silly act. So you will play back your words for you.
So you are claiming that the law is just working?
The law is working. We must all operate within. You see, if there is any problem, the police is a creature. It's a creature of an act of parliament. Is that not the case? You had parliamentarians. At least I saw John Daku. He is a member of parliament. He is a lawyer. You could hold the IGP to parliament to come and explain matters, because they are doing politics, and this administration is not falling for it. So Ghanaians know why we voted for this. Unfortunately, you didn't vote for Alan. If you had, but now people will be smelling pepper in this country.
So President Alan John Kujocha,
the law would have worked. By now, people will be paying the money. Like, by now,
they are paying. No.
Me, we don't know. Me, I don't know how much they are paid. By now, Keroforeta, he's where? Look, go to National Scholarship Secretariat. Go and see how they have dissipated resources there. The man is sitting at the what? Parliament, making laws for me. Me neighbor. Me neighbor. Challenge this morning, fair one. Onu.
And then Emmanuel Kofi Amabua, Honorable Environment and Natural Resources Minister. Papa ne say state of emergency. John Dramani Mahama declare your forest zone, your water body there, and how you abandon the permanently. Edama all miners. Untimi enko to go to bia wo ho. Untimi ko say yesu, untimi ko say forest. Owe no dey atwa so sa ka che Ghana for say pa say dey to Dr. Omane Buama, Minister of Defense. Any dey to Honorable Dr. Muntala Mohammed, Minister of Environment. Also on my way sida abra ono Ghana eba and our John Dramani Mahama in 2028 a period. Na one months of Galamsey issue. Or see obesi efre kudnasono. Na yensu onu aye clean. Kai say papa nanu yayi. One of the steps out the outline say episode stopping Galamsey. Eso okachira him say nananom efri nere komone mineral commission for ebeka bom. Ensase no se mu twa area mu obi so onkonko ye bibia. We making sure say a mine in Gwandia, a mineral commission for Monkrata, so Omodema, Uncrofon Ubi. So more be the energy say, I and one of Mope, say a cosmo. Say, and yes, idea, but or hene, only who to me be as so massa said. Or say, yent mean train money packet to a beam could be any dipete. Nayaka, Bantanin toast in it a year, a friend and say, Moka, you go good ye. Young Godinko because of Uncle with cancer. Kidney problem, liver problem, all because Obi Konya the good and a young cobre, no, never, forever and ever, and a pen that into under the watch. Way a measures I will take it. For God and country, we pray. Say, and your lip singing, and young comedy, and your son kankeke, and oka, just like the previous promises be breyatia, end time materializing. We any promises are Ghana ever be taking over because look say you say ukopimo konungu zongo na the natiena ye di dua nnuane no the safest period over 40,000 na ye twem edeko safest limit no be ye dua nnuane ye yie no baby ya say na kwakoduru ye twem say to 40,000%. Kai say ne bie di bia poison say ye kopem wo atiwa Eastern region na ka kire say banchia efiri ho ba bayira efiri ho ba ntos efiri ho ba ni na no ya poison no because anwane nye ile dua na eyeyi nti POX any environmental protection agency ka kire say ene move ene Ghana wa adwane be no be yan fanto bonto sungum anwa mumpu amofo twimoko amodi ntos kakra fra still ntos fra nkwan ntos fra yenye na ye di so enu anya nkwan na ye still di aduane bi obedi bia no hianto se ne ye yisu even ye tomato paste na ye say yisu tomato su natural one kakra de fra ye se ni na dodo na everybody na ne polluted de di no ono onim according to ono ne believe ne nti ase de ento so ye bia no Galamsey area kure ye banya no kure ye bia to so Galamsey side na Galamsey side most of Galamsey areas waterlogged areas and waterlogged areas ye bia tomato say ye pa according to ono say bia ye oni enti ono de oba beton ma ka so bibia is kama uba bebi bi twem to so kura de agu salad so de am say kwawe ukura do bebe ne ro do de yankwan kwa de say de anu anu kakra ye be wi aba no mo wadi metals no sam mercury ni cyanide no ye no amani mfiri mu mani ye yi o wenye yare ya friend say James bi no aka say one hit the kuno enti eyewuo ani ne yi ba be wu say ye ni na ya ye twoboi ne ya ni su hey ye na ya nka twoboi ne ya ni su hey ne ya stop Galamsey ne ene otena ye ni na ya ti wona nnuane ye di enti enye nso bi o sefa nso ne na ma ko so betima kra bia ba na nnuane so e ba kra fufu aba ha ni fufu na pe o bia mfa nya hwe ye pe fufu a ye dia dia so tintim na de ye ko machine kura so amanfo kura avode ye pe tim na na fufu ka kra so ne gum na de so be wi na de se looking more correct pa start kama sa banti ya say no enkwa na ye krakra nkwa de ama no ya say no ndi ne kura kubeni obene dey but enshranka buafo enshranka nyame say ye honorable minister for environment and natural resources Emmanuel Kofi Amabua say ebe ende and then what Ghana nsu ebe blue and then what no more Galamsey at water and forest areas and then what the Chinese government accepted say o support Ghana government. For comment eto comment section as we are subscribe like it na share ma unia eso enye bihwe edi no e ba akopem Maxi Billian our naked truth on Oldboga Trust. Macron, bye bye.